if you are in a relationship with any guy, no matter the kind of person the guy is, please make sure you do some underground findings before you end up marrying that guy. Do you understand? It is necessary you make these underground findings, because you're not in a relationship. You're not in a relationship. People tend to pretend. Alright? Many a times what they showcase to you as whom they are not who they are exactly. Many a times they will cover up their type of person. Alright? They wouldn't want you to know much about them, where they are coming from, and all the rest of that. Alright? So this is the reason why you should make an underground foundation before you say yes to that guy, or before you marry the person. Alright? So one of the things you should, and mind you, sometimes when you ask these guys these questions I'm about to make mention, or this point I'm about to make mention, they might necessarily not give you the right answer. Alright? So instead of making mistake or regretting after marrying this guy, it is best you make these founders, alright, before you marry them. Number one thing you should investigate about this guy or know about this guy is the type of family he is coming out from. His background, his family background. Do you all get it? Family background, knowing this person and his background is very important, because do you know that some guys or some people, they come or came from families, that the father beats the wife. The wrong thing you would ever make in life is marry a guy that comes out from an abused family. A guy that comes out from a family that the father always beats the wife, they are always fighting. Alright? This guy will intend to do what? Beat you when he marries you, because he has emulated that from the parents. He has learned, and in fact, he now sees it as nothing, as is a norm to beat a woman. He sees it as nothing. So this definitely means that if you end up marrying that guy, he will beat you one day. Just put it down. Alright? So if you know you're going to condone a guy that will be beating you in future, there is no problem. You can go ahead and marry such a person. But believe me, there are 1,001 ladies that wouldn't want any man to touch them. Someone can correct you if you did something wrong, but not like beating you as if you are a child. Okay? So if you know that you're going to continue with this guy after making your findings, good and fine. Alright, but believe me, if you ask these guys, what kind of family did you come from? Is your mom? He might tell you that my father used to beat my mom. Me, I will not do such a thing. It's a lie. Out of every 100 guys that came out from an abused family, 70 of them end up beating their wives when they marry. Do you get that? Another point is making sure that this guy in question has a forgiving spirit. There are some guys that don't have forgiving spirits. They will never forgive you. If you do any slightest thing to them, any small mistake, you don't enter into their problem, they will not forgive you. This kind of people find it difficult to settle disputes in their family. You get? For example, you have a problem with your husband, or you guys had a misunderstanding. You guys have a misunderstanding. So after the shouting, the quarrel, you will be expecting your man to call you in order so that you guys will settle this dispute. This guy will not do anything. He will start cooking his own food. He will start doing things separately. In the night, he will face this side, you will face this side. This kind of men, they don't have forgiving spirits. When a guy doesn't have forgiving spirits, they find it difficult to settle disputes. It's difficult to summon the courage, alright, to call their wives and settle the misunderstanding with the wife. You'll be the one as a woman to always do this, and which is not always right. Many times they are the ones that cause the problem. You should be the one to call for settling the problem. But they will pretend or even do as if it doesn't matter. You can go to hell, and I don't have that time, So if you're going to marry this guy, make sure he's the type that forgives. Because once a guy can forgive you, it means that if you guys have problem, he will do what? He will try and make sure that you guys settle that problem that same day. Men that have forgiving spirits, make sure that their misunderstanding doesn't linger to the next day. Another findings you should make before marrying any guy is to know if he provides for you emotionally. I know some people would think I was going to say if he provides for you financially. No, everything is not about money. Everything is not about how rich the guy is, if he has money or this, that, It is not about money all the time. Of course, you can marry someone that is not financially buoyant and you work with this guy and he becomes a better man for you financially, alright? But what I'm talking about is if this guy can provide for you emotionally, alright? If you end up marrying a guy that doesn't care about how you feel, my dear, you are entering into one chance problem big time. It is important you find out if he's the type that cares about you, that cares if something happened to you, if he will be there. See, some guys can be funny when they marry you and you are in pain. Let me take for instance, you give birth, you are in pain, someone that gives birth, she's in pain. This guy will not be anywhere to help you. Assuming you don't have your siblings, your mother, your people around, or his own mom, or even when all of them have left, this guy will not be there to help you. He doesn't even care. If you are rolling in pains or you are having pain or something is bothering you, he doesn't care. He will not ask you, babes, what happened? Why is your face like this? Babes, are you okay? My love, are you fine? This is not how you used to be. What happened to you? What is wearing you down? He doesn't ask you such questions. He doesn't even know about that. He doesn't care. My friend, stay away from such guys. This kind of guys, they love their phone so much. They prefer their phone so much. Something will be bothering you, but they will pretend as if they don't know. You'll be showing them through your countenance, your behavior, your character, you're having headaches. He doesn't care. He will not even ask you. Such guys are not good for you, like seriously. They are not good for you at all. So before you marry that guy, make sure he is the type of guy that provides for you emotionally. He knows when you are in pain and know what to do. He knows when something is bothering you and he knows what to do. He knows when you are wearing down. He knows when you are not you. So he knows what to do. You should know what to do at every given time. So if your man is not the type of person that cares for you when you are in problem, my friend, stay away from such guys, because marriage is a big thing. It's a big thing. And believe me, it is not something you would want to go into and come out. In fact, it's not something you would want to do. Nobody wish to marry and before you know it, the marriage ends. Nobody wants that. So make your findings so that you will not make the mistake of quitting your marriage because of these little issues. Alright? Another important point is to know, in fact, this point is the most important one among all the points I've listed. This particular one I'm about to mention is the most important one. But some people are like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. In fact, since he has money, I shouldn't bother.
My friend, when you end up marrying that guy, this point I'm about to mention, you see that it matters. Alright? Before you say yes or before you marry any guy, make sure that you are sexually attached to that person. Or make sure that you are sexually attracted to him, and same thing to you. Make sure that you both are sexually attracted to each other. When I was counseling one family, when they were telling me what is happening, the woman said that my husband doesn't see me attracted to him anymore. Whether I insist, he doesn't care. We will stay like 6 months before we could do anything together as husband and wife. You see, that she used to do a lot of things to get the man's attention, but up to no avail. Mind you, before I talk about any encounter I have with my clients, they know that I'm a public speaker. I have the consent to talk about anything since I'm not mentioning anybody's name. Alright? This woman said that sometimes she will tie her towel and pretends as if she's looking for something. The guy doesn't care because the woman is no more attracted to that guy. And there's nothing he will do. He prefers going outside than doing anything with you. So make sure that this guy you are going to marry, if he is sexually active, and many a times it's not because they cheat, no, but sometimes it's because they are sick. So what I'm trying to say is that before you marry any guy, make sure he is sexually active. Make sure you are sexually attracted to him. See, if you are the type of lady that has a high libido, your libido is very high, please make sure that you marry a man that is sexually active. Having a high libido is not something to be ashamed of. So if you have high libido, I applaud you, it's a good thing. So if you want to marry, make sure you marry a man that is ready to satisfy you all the time. Make sure you marry a guy that is sexually active. Make sure you marry a man that loves what you love. Another important point is to know if this guy is a praying type. I know so many people doesn't believe in prayers. But my friend, I don't know, let me not even go deep into that aspect. But if you want to settle down with any guy and you're a Christian lady or you are a Chinese lady, please make sure your husband is the type that prays too, because it will intend to cause problem for you people when you marry him. Okay? Do you know that devil doesn't like or love a happy home? And for you to keep binding yourself and your husband together, you only need prayers. And if you know that you are the type that prays, or if you know you want to continue praying in your marriage, make sure that the man you are going to marry is the type that accepts praying and is the type that prays too. If you marry a guy that doesn't like praying, it cannot work. It's either he will not pray with you or he will stop you from praying. Okay? So make sure that the two of you are spiritually tangled. Alright? Make sure that you two are spiritually connected. Except you are not a praying type, good and fine. But if you are a praying type, make sure the man you are going to marry is a praying type. Another thing to check before you marry any guy is to know if he is the type that like embarrassment. Do you know that there are some guys that derive joy in embarrassing their women publicly? There are some guys that embarrassing you gives them joy. In a public, they want to make people to see them as the head of the family. They want people around to know that they are the one in charge in their family. They derive joy to insult their wives in public. My friend, run away from such a guy. But this kind of guy is the type that if people go to the occasion, he would want to embarrass you. He will talk to you anyhow in public and you wouldn't want such a thing. So it is in some guys' blood. It is running in their vein. It is their character to insult or to embarrass their women in public. If you get the chronic type, they will even beat you in public. The chronic type will even beat you in public. So, marriage, as I always say, is a big thing. Very, very big. It is a big institution on its own. So, you wouldn't want to regret after marrying that guy. If he's the type that embarrasses you when you guys are dating, my friend, if you are going to marry him, make sure that you accepted the embarrassment with your whole heart, with your heart open like this. Not when you guys marry now, and if you touch to anyhow in public, you behave or you start acting as if that is the first time he has ever embarrassed you. If you are going to marry that guy that embarrasses you in public, make sure that you are going to accept it. You've accepted it. In fact, if he embarrasses you outside, you laugh. You say, "Odogumu, thank you for embarrassing me." Okay? We don't want to hear you complaining. We don't want to hear any complaints from you. So if you know you're going to marry that guy that embarrasses you, accept it with your full heart. Alright? But if you know you're not ready to condone that, my friend, it's best to leave a relationship than putting in marriage. So leave when you have the time. More especially if you get those that beat you in public, my friend. Run for your life. Run for your Owama. Another point I want to make mention is snoring. I know this one can be managed. Yes, and moreover, a lot of men these days they snore. They are all in competition of snoring. Men of these days they snore a lot. So I tried to include it in one of the points because I have seen where it destroys home. I have seen where ladies complain that their husbands snore so much that they cannot manage. Before you end up marrying any guy, find out if he is the snoring type. Know the level of the snore. Check if some people can manage. Alright, medically. Okay? Find out if it is something you can accept. Because we have guys that can snore and the level of their snoring is 100%. Like they snore and the whole house will shake. You cannot sleep. You cannot sleep. You can never sleep. I know this point to some people is not necessary. But believe me, my type of person, I don't like guys that snore. Because I love my sleep so much. Alright? I will not do my work in the daytime as a busy person. In the night when I should sleep, then one guy will not allow me to sleep. You will snore until I will start looking for apartments to rent. I will start looking for where to run to. That is the highest point. That is the
snoring. Sure? You will not hear. You will not have peace when you sleep. So if it's something you will accept or manage, go ahead and marry the person. But if it is not something you will manage, my friend, make hay while the sun shines. Alright? Stay away from any guy that wouldn't want you to grow. Do you get my point? Any guy that you want to marry and he's not happy about your growth, my friend, stay away from such a guy. Because when you marry them, in fact, this kind of guys can be so jealous. They can be so greedy. Eh? They wouldn't want you to be more successful than them. So it's better you find out if he's the type that loves what you do. There are some men, when they marry you, you will not do anything. If you are working before you guys get married, you have to quit that job. This kind of man doesn't want you to succeed. They don't want you to grow. So run away from any guy that doesn't want you to grow. Alright? Any guy that feels if my woman becomes richer than me now, she won't give me respect, this, that, then because of that, he will ask you to quit your job. He will ask you to leave what you are doing. Stay away from such men. Alright? In fact, the kind of man you should marry is the type that pushes you to a higher height. The kind of man that will, babe, I want you to go and learn this. I want you to do this. Babe, you are doing well in your job. Babe, not the kind of man that, please, you cannot continue without your job. My friend, run away from such a guy. Because you will die. You will die young. You will die of depression. You can imagine something you have passion for. Alright? Something you have passion for. But your guy have deprived you of that. Because you are married. No. So find out if he's the type that derives joy in what you do for a living. If he's not the type of guy, my friend, it's best you quit that relationship. Alright? And get a guy that will be glad that you are working. Stay away from men that don't want you to grow. They only want to be the one to give you. If you want to buy on this, he'll give you sugar money. He always, this kind of guys, in fact, proudness, they worry them. Now, over proud, they worry them. They will want you to beg. See, if you accept that in your marriage, my friend, you have been limited to some certain things. You have been turned to a beggar. If you want to eat granules, you have to beg your husband for money for granules. If you want to change your undies, you have to beg your husband for money. Is it not? Whatever thing you do, you have to beg your husband. He will always know what you want to use money for. Alright? So, it's not a dues for me. Do your own job as my husband. Do your own business. Grow. I will support you. Allow me to do my own. And I expect you to support me as well. If you're not going to support me, my friend, it might not work. I cannot come and quit my job and start begging you for almost everything. Tomorrow you start insulting me. What do you want money for? What do you need money for? When you go and barb your hair now. I gave you money to make your hair the other time. Now you're begging for money again. Begging. It's like it's high time you bag out your hair. I thought you bought on this the other time. Now you're begging for money again to buy on this. You start
you stop wearing undies, you start wearing pants and other things, so they'll be insulting you. Do your own job, do your own work, whatever thing that gives you money, do it. Even if it's 1 naira, make sure you have your own income. Make sure that you have something you are doing. If not, a man will insult you. A man will insult you. Yeah, I thought we send money to your parents at that time. Me, I don't have money to send to anybody. Okay? The body should come and disturb me. I don't have any money to send to your parents. And you will be crying. You should have your own income. When things start going this way, you have money to send to your parents. There are some ladies that are in this problem. My husband doesn't give me money. I have somebody that have never sent anything to her parents since 7 years she got married to her husband. So that my husband said, I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a lot of responsibilities. I have my mother to take care of. I have my children to take care of. I have their school fees to pay. I have I have house rent to pay. Then allow your wife to do something. No. The wife plans to do one skill or the other. If the wife likes to do one skill or the other, he will damage the equipment. The wife will learn one skill to help herself. She will stop her. She will beat her that men are seeing her. Men, some guys can be so mean. My friend, if you know that you don't want to undergo such pain, such torment, make sure while you guys are dating that he's the type that loves what you do for a living. Alright? See you some other time. Bye for now.